Hi, and welcome back to Crazy But Not Dangerous with Shorty Vaughn. We have about a half head of cabbage left over from making sauerkraut, and I thought that we would make a casserole dish and then a freezer meal. So we have some for later. Make one now, enjoy it, and have one for a couple weeks down the line. So let's go ahead and get to that. Okay, so this is the other half of our cabbage. And we did not use it all for our sauerkraut, and that's just fine. I've got this little casserole dish. I don't know, this might be like a 6x8. That's my best guess. I'm not sure on the size. It's not marked, and it's really old, so I have no idea. I guess I could get the measuring tape out and give it a measure. But then I might be inclined to also measure my waist, and we just don't need that kind of pressure today. So we're having a lovely day in the kitchen. We're going to keep it light and bright. Cook some cabbage. Cabbage is really healthy. Cabbage, I think, is delicious. So what we're going to make is like a pastrami bake. And we love Reubens. And this is all the flavors of a Reuben in a casserole. And it's pretty inexpensive to make. So I'm putting the cabbage into my baking dish, and then I'm also putting the cabbage into my freezer bag that I just have sitting here in this little bowl. And just going to get these both done together. Cabbage does freeze pretty well. You don't have to blanch it if you're going to be using it within a month or so. It will still be delicious. And there we go. We've got our cabbage all chopped up. I think it's going to need a little bit of onion. I know that's not traditional on a Reuben, but it sounds like it would be delicious in a casserole. Okay, so I've got a white onion. And I don't care what kind of onion you use. White, red, sweet yellow, whatever you got in the fridge. And it was half of an onion, and I just gave that basically to half moons. And I'm going to put half in here in the casserole dish. And then I'm going to put the other half in the plastic freezer bag. This looks like a lot of cabbage, but as it cooks, it will significantly reduce. So, not worried about that at all. I just took this pastrami out of the freezer, and it is 1 pound and a 1/10 of an ounce. Hello. And I did get it as a marked down to $6.17. It was, well, a lot of that was in a plastic bag. I'd hate to lose all that. It was $12.09 before the manager's reduction. So that's a bargain. Smells delicious. It's not slimy. It's not a terrible color or anything. Looks good to me. But a pound is a lot of meat for just 2 people. If we had a larger family, this pound would probably serve us all. Even at $6, I think this is a pretty good bargain and more than half off. So I'm going to chop all of this up. And I'm not going to chop it very small because I do want there to be chunks throughout our casseroles. And have that good meaty mouthfeel. And about half for us tonight, or tomorrow, I guess I should say. We're going to eat this tomorrow. We're just getting it all prepped up today. Then I'll cover it with foil and stick it in the refrigerator for tomorrow. And tomorrow's dinner will be nice and easy. All I will have to do is bake this off. Yay, hooray. And this, like I said, this pan goes in my Easy Bake oven. So when I take this portion out of the freezer, this is the casserole dish that I will run to. And since we've pretty much divided it evenly, I know that that will work. Just layer that all on top. You could certainly make this and put potatoes on the bottom if you needed it to stretch a little bit further. That would work. And Andrew will probably ask me where are the potatoes, but he'll get over it. He'll get over it. Cabbage is super good for you. And yeah, so there we go. We've got the bases. Now we're going to make the sauce. Now certainly you could run to the store and grab some Thousand Island or some French dressing and use that as your sauce. I'm all out, and traffic is an absolute nightmare right now with the Super Bowl, and I'm not going to the store. So I'm going to make my own little sauce. I think that might be enough. So this is the size of my spoon, and it's like the serving spoon. I would say heaping tablespoon, so there's about 3 of them in there. And to that, I'm going to add some mayonnaise, or pardon me, ketchup. Regular Hunt's tomato ketchup. I'm sure I got it at the dollar store. I don't know how much, like 2 good squeezes. A tablespoon of pickle relish. And that's a sweet pickle relish. I also got that at the dollar store. And let's go ahead and add some garlic powder. And we'll give this a stir up. I'm not adding any more salt or pepper to this, probably because mayonnaise and ketchup both have salt added. I don't buy a lot of dressings because I have so many condiments in that refrigerator. It's crazy sometimes about how many condiments I have in there. Sometimes it doesn't feel like there's enough room for food, but we like a lot of the extras. Give it a little taste. And what? It needs a little more garlic. It certainly doesn't need salt. And maybe some pepper. So, I don't know. That's about a half teaspoon of pepper. And it's a pretty good color. It looks reminiscent of Thousand Island. Yep, that's delicious. Okay, yay, hooray. So I'm going to put some on this one. And I'm not going to put a tremendous amount on because both the pastrami, the onions, and the cabbage will give off their own water. And so we don't want this to be a watery mess. It just needs some. And then tomorrow, before I bake this, what I'll do is go ahead and add just some breadcrumbs to the top. And so you will basically have a pastrami sandwich in a casserole. We think that's delicious. That's how it looks. And I'm just going to put some foil over this, put the remainder of our sauce in our freezer bag, and then I will get these wrapped up for the freezer and the refrigerator for tomorrow night. And then for a little later on in the month, we'll have the other one. And this one might need just a little more sauce. I don't want to short it. All right, I'm going to make that whole. We're going to get these wrapped up. And we're going to go ahead and heat up our Reuben casserole. It looks super delicious. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got going on down here. We've got all the things. So this is the Reuben casserole that we made yesterday when we were doing some more prep work. And I'm glad we did because I had a hard day today. So it's got the cabbage on the bottom and then the pastrami that we got on sale. And I didn't have Swiss cheese, but I had mozzarella, so we're going to just do with that. And then our homemade Thousand Island dressing. And I was laying in bed last night, and I thought to myself, you know what that needs? You know what that casserole needs? It needs some everything bagel seasoning. So let's go ahead and put that on. And I am just going to give it a fair amount, you know, until my heart is satisfied. Got my aluminum foil so I can use this in my dishwasher as a little booster because I like my silverware nice and shiny. And then I thought to accompany this, we would go ahead and serve it with these two little onion rolls that I found in the refrigerator. I bought them last week. They were on the discount bakery rack. These are the last two, and I think they're going to be really tasty with the Reuben Bake. Excited about that. Got my Mountain Dew because, you know, it's always a little bit better with Mountain Dew. I've had a long day. I've got a lot of things done. Need a little pick-me-up so I can do well at Jeopardy. This is not part of tonight's dinner. I processed that chicken that we got for $3.99. And what I ended up doing with that is Andrew wanted a leg and a thigh for lunch. So I cut off a leg and a thigh for him. How can you say no? When he gives you that pitiful face, how can you say no? So he got a leg and a thigh for lunch. Then I put a breast, both wings, the leg and the thigh on the other side into a freezer bag for a roast chicken meal. Then I took the remainder of the chicken and shredded it all up, and I actually got quite a lot. That was a very large chicken. I weighed that sucker, and minus the plastic, it weighed in almost at 4 pounds. So I was super happy with that. I got a lot of shredded chicken, so we might do a chicken salad, or we might do some chicken flautas, or we'll do something tasty and delicious with it. But anyhow, I had the carcass from that chicken, and then I had a huge bag of veg from yesterday's tomatillos, and then prep work over the weekend. So I'm just making a little veg stock, and I'll let that go all night. But this is ready to go into the Easy Bake Oven, so let's go ahead and get her on in there. Okay, this is my Easy Bake Oven. I bought it off of Amazon. I think it was $60. It's a Luby. It suits me just fine. And it's not too big. It's not too small. And I have a few casserole dishes that will go in there. And it does allow me to turn the top broiler on, the bottom broiler off. It's convection. And you've got a good temperature setting, but it's pretty basic, and, well, sometimes so am I. So I'm just going to get that started at 450 degrees in this Easy Bake Oven. So I'm going to say this is probably going to take about 40 minutes, and probably after the first initial 10 minutes, I'll go ahead and turn this down to like 350 degrees, because we're really only cooking the cabbage and the onion, and then, you know, making everything delicious and put together. because that pastrami was a deli meat and very economical. So yeah, we don't have to worry about cooking to a safe temperature necessarily with this, just so that it's heated through and work. Okay, let's give that time to do what it does. You can do it. I believe in you. Tasty and delicious. I'll show you what it's like when it comes out of the oven. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. I feel like I'm in an old Mervin's commercial. Open, 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 open. Only a few minutes left. I can hardly wait. Okay, so my Reuben casserole has come out of the oven. It's all golden and delicious, and the cheese is all melty and it looks amazing. And we're going to serve that with dill pickles and mashed potatoes, and I think that looks great. Yay, hooray! I'll let you know how it was. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous with Shorty Vaughn. Reuben Bake, super delicious, super easy, and planned ahead. Boy, oh boy, was that a time saver. Anyhow, thanks for watching. See you next time. Be good, be careful, and look both ways. Think about liking and subscribing.